The United States Automobile Association, better known as USAA, is a name that I'm sure everyone here is familiar with. As one of our biggest supporters, the VFW has been fortunate to have such a strong, decades-long relationship with a truly outstanding company like USAA. Together, our alliance has provided VFW members with top-rate services ranging from banking, financial advice, property and casualty insurance, just to name a few. And its support has extended to countless other VFW endeavors over the years. At the forefront of great organizations like USAA are great leaders, such as our guest, who is a U.S. Naval Academy graduate, served in the United States Navy for 35 years before retiring in October 2012 as Vice Admiral, Director of Navy Staff. USAA Military Affairs Senior Vice President John Byrd's service record includes assignments as Commander of the U.S. 7th Fleet, Director of Operations Plans and Logistics at U.S. Joint Forces, Commander of Submarine Group 7 and Submarine Group 8, as well as time spent as Commanding Officer of the USS Scranton, SSN 756. John joined the USAA team in February 2013, and his extensive military experience makes him a valuable advocate and ally for the VFW. John works day in and day out to advocate for those who are currently serving and all those who have honorably served in the past. Please put your hands together as I introduce our esteemed guest, VFW Life Member and USAA Senior Vice President of Military Affairs, retired Vice Admiral John Byrd.
Thanks, Jay. Very nice. Thank you very much. Very nice. Thank you. There is no finer calling than serving one's country. Good morning, all. Thank you, Commander-in-Chief Mahalchek, esteemed VFW members, and other supporters and allies of the VFW family. As a very proud life member of the VFW from San Antonio, Texas, it's a real pleasure to be here with you today in beautiful Kansas City to celebrate this 123rd National Convention. And I must say, what an impressive video we saw earlier today of accomplishments. Fritz, congratulations on the results. Well done, and congratulations on your well-deserved award. It's a distinct privilege and great honor to address you at this impressive event with so many distinguished guests and speakers. Thank you for your relentless support and advocacy of our nation's veterans and their families. As we all collectively know, and was said by the previous speaker, a veteran is someone who at some point in their life wrote a blank check payable to the United States of America for an amount including up to their life. What an incredible commitment. I bring you warm greetings from our CEO, Wayne Peacock, a strong supporter of the VFW, and the 38,000 employees of the USA team who share your commitment and, like you, work every day to serve the military community, our service members in uniform, our veterans, and their families. And like you, we are committed to serving our larger communities through employee volunteerism and individual donations. Last year, our teammates donated over $9 million and 215,000 volunteer hours to worthwhile, noble community efforts. I applaud the Commander-in-Chief's efforts and call for greater community support and VFW's overall efforts to be a force for good. Now, my opening quote is certainly one we have all heard before and can associate with and appreciate. These words are prominently engraved on a marble gateway at the USA headquarters in San Antonio and serve as a strong reminder of the quality of people who serve, people who have served us and our country, people like all of you. And of course, as we all know, our service was made possible only by the incredible support of our families, so I certainly thank our families. Recently, USAA celebrated a 100-year anniversary and remains firmly grounded in our roots, serving the military and their families. With our centennial celebration behind us, we turn our eyes to focus on the next 100 years, while sustaining the vision of the 25 Army officers who founded USAA in 1922 to serve the military and their families. More than 11 years ago, USAA and the VFW formed a like-minded alliance of common purpose to continue serving our veterans. Since then, we have been blessed to welcome thousands of additional VFW members into the USAA family. And it's truly a family. Many of our USAA teammates are veterans and proud members of the VFW like myself. One example in the audience today is one of my teammates, Navy Command Master Chief Retired Mike Magnetta, who serves as the commander of the Ron Hill Memorial VFW Post 2245 in Illinois. Mike is married to Zoe, and also a Navy veteran who is equally involved in supporting the efforts of the post. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Zoe. The VFW-USA relationship has always been strong, productive, and is firmly based on shared belief, values, and goals, showing we care about our communities. And that's something to be proud of. Something else to be proud of is the way we work together as a force for good. We are committed to have lasting, meaningful impact through our philanthropic and community engagement. This manifests itself through programs like our Memorial Day Remembrance and Poppy Wall campaign honoring our nation's fallen. Through our partnership, the VFW helped USAA fill our annual Poppy Wall display in Washington, D.C. over the Memorial Day weekend with 645,000 poppies honoring those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. Yes, 645,000 American men and women who have given their lives in combat since World War I for our liberty and our freedoms. We also produced 2 smaller traveling poppy cubes, and today one of those cubes is here at the USAA booth. I encourage you all to stop by and take a look. As you can expect, it tells an inspiring story that we can all relate to and admire. Your attendance here this week and your hard work and persistent efforts to serve those who have served showcase your noble and dedicated year-round efforts to serve veterans, troops, and their families around the world. Another way we have served side by side to take care of veterans is through our Recycle Rides 100-car giveaway program. The National Auto Body Council Recycle Rides programs allows USAA and other industry partners to repair and donate vehicles to deserving service members and service organizations and local communities throughout the country. We called upon the VFW team to help us find veterans who had fallen on hard times and nominate them to receive a free recycle ride. VFW not only sent our program notification down to every post level, they also notified several thousand service officers who work for this great organization. They in turn activated their networks, and before we knew it, nominations were pouring in from nonprofit organizations. That program will continue through the end of the year, so please keep USAA in mind in this program as we close in on donating 100 vehicles. Another example of a shared goal is connecting veterans and transitioning service members to meaningful careers. Together, the VFW and USAA have worked with the Chamber of Commerce Hiring Our Heroes program and the White House Joining Forces initiative to reduce veteran and military spouse unemployment. In fact, USAA and the USA Foundation have contributed more than $16 million since 2018 to national nonprofit organizations that provide fellowships, career training, entrepreneurship support, transition workshops, and mentoring for nearly 1 million transitioning veterans and military spouses. These efforts are collectively driving meaningful employment in the civilian communities for our veterans. I'm proud to share that through these initiatives, we at USAA have more than 7,000 veterans and military spouses, guardsmen, and reservists who are part of our employee family. And we are committed to even adding more. It's fairly well known and understood that finding employment for veterans has its challenges, particularly when it comes to translating the military skills and jargon that we're all familiar with but can be confusing in the private sector. Now, I recently heard a funny story of a retired Marine veteran who was having such difficulty during job interviews. When asked by the personnel manager to the Marine veteran, "What is your greatest weakness?" the old Marine veteran answered, "Honesty." "Now, I don't think that's a weakness," said the personnel manager. That Marine quickly replied, "I don't give a damn what you think." Obviously a humorous, but it's taken on a serious issue, but it does speak to the significant challenges of our service members face when they take off the uniform and why our work together in this space is so vital. I'm very proud of my military service. It was both an honor and a privilege, and while I did my duty to the best of my ability, I cannot say my career involved a great deal of sacrifice. I did have absolutely wonderful adventures, life-defining experiences, and overwhelming fulfillment, more than my fair share. But many of our veterans have sacrificed immeasurably, including giving their lives. One only has to visit Walter Reed or stroll through Arlington to understand real sacrifice. It goes without saying we owe them a debt of gratitude that we can never fully pay. But not just gratitude, we owe them action to care for their families and help our veterans when they return to civilian life. Throughout history, our national leaders have extolled the need and obligation to take care of veterans. In 1865, with the end of the Civil War, President Abraham Lincoln gave his second inaugural address, which became the basis for the VA's motto. "Let us strive to finish the work we are in," Lincoln said, "to bind up the nation's wound, to care for him who shall have borne the battle for his widow and orphan." Teddy Roosevelt, who at the turn of the last century recruited some of his Rough Riders in USA's hometown of San Antonio, echoed this sentiment when he stated, "A man good enough to shed his blood for the country is good enough to be given a square deal." And even more recently, President John F. Kennedy tied our veterans' care to our national character, stating, "A nation reveals itself not only by the men and women it produces, but also the men and women it honors, the men and women it remembers." I think that's exactly right. That's to the extent which a nation honors and cares for its veterans is a clear indicator of its national values and its belief in higher ideals. Look, I know I'm preaching to the choir by talking about these commitments because the VFW has been advocating for veterans since the end of the Spanish-American War. We are a better country because of the VFW, and I thank all of you. Applaud you. In the public and private sectors, we have to keep veteran care and support at the forefront of our national priorities, as you have so strongly and consistently done. I'm confident the VFW will keep the momentum going. It's the best way to demonstrate our national character and to honor those that have gone above and beyond and who know the meaning of sacrifice. In closing, I want to thank you all personally for your continued commitment to helping those in need and ensuring VFW members like myself can continue to proclaim no one does more for veterans. May God bless you, the VFW, our veterans in the United States of America. Thank you very much.